Hey everyone, welcome to the next math video. We're working on today, week 2, day 2. It's working with expressions worksheets. It looks like this, so I'll hold it up again. I know the picture's small, but I'll hold it up there. Working with expressions. It says week 2, day 2 at the top. I'll give everybody a few moments to make sure you have the correct worksheet, a writing utensil, and you might also want, if you need assistance with it, the order of operations worksheet that I provided with week 1, day 4 worksheet. That was the order of operations one. It looks like this. So this will help for a reference if you want to find that as well. If you need help with the order of operations, I'll give everybody a few seconds to, pause the video and go ahead and grab your stuff that you need. Okay, so hopefully you have everything. You've unpaused the video, and we're going to review some stuff with order of operations. So we've talked about order of operations since the beginning of the year pretty much, but, we use it off and on. This is a concept we use more often than some. I'm going to flip my screen here, and this is actually the colored version of what I gave you in your folders when we sent home the old "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," the PEMDAS, where P represents the parentheses, E the exponents. Now remember, we worked with exponents yesterday, so hopefully you had time to finish that worksheet up and practice. And if you haven't, or if you're still confused on exponents, make sure you watch my video that I made yesterday for you guys for week 2, day 1. You'll find that on the YouTube channel. The M stands for multiplication, the D stands for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Okay, so at the bottom of that page there, you work from left to right, working on each operation. So we always do what's in parentheses first. So the example problem at the bottom of the page there shows us that they're doing everything that's in parentheses first. So the 8 minus 3, the 2 times 4, and the 1 plus the 6. And they write that down. Remember, showing your work is key, and I will be looking for your work in all of these problems. You can use the calculator to help you get through the math, but I want to see the work. Alright, so after the exponents, we want to do the, after the parentheses, we want to do the exponents. So we see an exponent here, there's only one, the 8 to the second power. So we're going to do that. That is 64. Because remember, it's 8 times 8. The power tells you how many times you're multiplying the base. And it tells us 2 times there, so it's 8 times 8 is 64. Again, that was in our video yesterday on exponents. Next, we're looking for any multiplying or dividing. Now, when multiplying and dividing, regardless of the order it comes in, you work from left to right. Don't think just because, multiplying is before dividing, I have to do, multiplication for division. No, they're opposites of each other, so they interchange. So if this problem had division, let's say first, you could have done the division first, then the multiplication, because it goes in that order. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that. It's just multiplication. So they did the 6 times 2, which was the 128. Then we're left with addition and subtraction. And again, just like with multiply and divide, whatever comes first, because addition and subtraction are opposites of each other. So in this case, again, we don't have anything to worry about because it follows the order. Addition happens to come before subtraction. But if it was reversed, you could do the subtraction then the addition and get the correct answer. So their total answer is 126 on that example problem on the rule page that I provided, and now it's up here on the screen. Now I'm going to flip back to my whiteboard here. And we're going to do an example or two together, okay? So at the top, you're just finding the value. Now remember, parentheses, try to jog your memory now. Think what parentheses mean. It means more than just doing it first. It also represents, do you remember the operation? represents multiplication. Okay, so if you see like number 1 to the parentheses 20, and it's only one operation, it means 2 times 20. So that first one on number 1, you're just going to multiply. Okay, I'm actually going to jump down and do number 6 with you. Okay, so if we got 42, oops, forgot to switch over to the pen. Here we go. 42 times 3 minus 15. Okay, so if you don't have a calculator, you can do it the long way. It's okay. We did that practice yesterday as well on our worksheets. And if you need help with multiplying larger numbers like this, again, you'll find that on my video from yesterday with the exponents. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. So that's 126 minus 15. Okay, so I'm going to come off to the side over here and do my work. Minus 15. 6 minus 5, 1. 2 minus 1, 1. And then 1 just comes down. So my answer to number 6 is 111. I'll circle that. So that is my answer. And that's exactly how you can show me all your work. Okay? If there's not enough room on the paper, you can use the back. You can, use additional scrap paper, whatever you have laying around. But again, try to show your work for them. Some of them I know you can do in your head, and that is fine. Like, number 1, you could probably do in your head. You don't need to write anything down for that. And I'm cool with that. That is completely fine. All right, let's go on to part B. It says simplify. Now, sometimes they try to confuse us with the words. You think simplify, wait, that means fractions. Not here. Simplify just means solve it, shrink it down, combine as many numbers as possible, okay? Because remember, we're starting to get into algebra. So as we, get into algebra, we're going to have times that you can only simplify down a certain way. You're not going to come up with a solid single number answer. That's not the case for this worksheet. This worksheet, you will get solid number answers for, because we don't have any unknowns. So I'm going to pick a problem here at the bottom. On part B, I'm just going to go with, let's see here. I'll go with number 3. Okay, so we have 4 to the 2nd divided by 2 to the 3rd minus 1. Okay, so let's go through our order of operations. Do we have parentheses? No, we don't. Do we have exponents? Yes, we do. We actually have 2 sets of exponents, so I need to do that first. So you can do your 4 times 4, okay, which is 16. Okay, I'm going to bring down my division sign because I'm not using that yet. Remember, I'm just focusing on the exponents. Then I have my 2 to the 3rd. Well, that 2 to the 3rd is going to be, remember, 2 times 2 times 2. So I know 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 to the 3rd power is 8. And then I'm going to bring down my minus 1. Okay, so now I look and say, all right, what comes next? I did exponents. Remember my order of operations. Multiply and divide. So when I go back here, so I don't have any multiplication, but I have division. 16 divided by 8 is 2. And then my minus 1 equals my final answer of 1. And I wrote my answer in red. So that would be the answer in how you do the process for number 3. So you're going to do basically, like I said, A and B the same. Section A, a little bit shorter. Section B, a little bit longer, like this example here that I just did. Then we have 2 critical thinking problems. I want you to do these both. These are both order of operation word problems. I will read them for you. Number 1 says, for lunch, Miriam bought 2 sandwiches for $2 each. She bought 1 juice drink for $1. She bought a fruit cup for $1. Write an expression for the problem. How much did Miriam's lunch cost? So I'm looking for a couple things here. Okay. I'm looking for write the expression. Well, what's an expression? This up here is the expression. I want to highlight it. This up here, guys, would be the expression. Okay, not for that problem, but that's an expression. That's an example of expression. Okay, that top one, what I just highlighted. And then we want to know how much did her lunch cost. So we want to know the total. So I want to see the expression, the total, plus your work that you did. Okay, and remember, writing the expression is part of the work. Number 2. Now this is going to break it down. This one's a little bit different than number 1, but it's still using order of operations. It's just having you break it down step by step. Find out how many people were at a school assembly. Write your answers on the line. Part A, 2 principals were present. So you're just going to convert that to a number. Okay. B, there were 30 times as many students as principals. So that's taking basically a part A and kind of merging it with part B, but I'm building my math expression. You just have to think, what operation am I using? Am I using addition, subtraction, multiply, or divide? The key words. C, there were 8 times as many teachers as principals. So again, you're building that expression. And then part D is the total. Okay, so A, B, and C is building your expression. D is you solving it. But again, besides showing me your expression and your answer, I want to see the work. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. Remember, you can always go back and watch it again if you need to listen to it more than once. You can pause it while you're working. If I'm going too fast, I'm trying to take it slow, but sometimes you forget that there's people listening and it's hard to make videos. So you can always pause it. You can always go back, re-listen to it. They'll be up on YouTube. Still miss you guys. Wish I was, in the classroom teaching you all again. It'd be so much easier. But hey, we're going to make do with these videos, right? We're all hanging in there. All right. Bye for now.